All right, well, good Wednesday afternoon. We're going to start off talking about the tropics. We're in the middle of hurricane season, and we haven't had a whole lot going on in the Atlantic. But one area I want to show you here, way out there in the Atlantic, just really off the coast of Africa right now, disturbance that has about a 20% chance, minimal chance, of developing into some sort of tropical wave in the next 5 days or so. That's not what I really want to talk about here. I want to jump over to the Pacific because that's where it's been very active this year. We have 3 systems in a row here. Greg now, which is just a remnant tropical depression system here with 30-mile-an-hour winds. We have Category 1 Hurricane Irwin, or tropical depression now, excuse me, and then we have Category 2 Hurricane Hillary. Now, Irwin and Hillary are very interesting in the fact that they're getting awfully close to one another. They're within the 800-mile threshold that they're actually going to start interacting with one another and pivoting around a central point. Now, with Hillary being the stronger of the two, eventually it's going to absorb Irwin and maybe even move its trajectory off towards the north, something called the Fujiwara interaction. Doesn't happen very often, very rare. But if you remember last year with Hurricane Matthew and Tropical Storm Nicole, we were talking about the same scenario. Never actually ended up happening, but it could very well occur here out in the Pacific in the next 24 to 36 hours. Here closer to home, some sunshine out there mixed with a lot more clouds starting to build on in here, thanks to our winds having an easterly component, bringing in some moisture higher aloft from the Atlantic and the Bay. Those clouds may yield us an isolated shower as we go through the rest of this evening, but that chance is rather minimal. We're looking at below average temperatures, although they have spiked already this afternoon into the lower 80s in most spots, and we're looking at a better rain chance for more people in here on Friday, and we even could throw some storms in there that may be strong to severe Thursday night and into Friday. Here's the visible satellite imagery. You see plenty of cloud cover out there. The only exception, the immediate coastline that's seeing some pretty good sunshine out there at the beaches, and the setup is that high pressure off to the New England coastline, driving those winds in, not particularly strong, but just enough to bring some of that moisture higher aloft and some clouds and an isolated shower or two, keeping our temperatures down into the middle 80s today. Average 87, so a little bit below that average. Tomorrow we bounce back into the upper 80s to near 90, but notice that's the hottest we get all week long. By the time we get towards the weekend, temperatures back down into the low 80s, and I think Sunday is just going to be an absolutely fantastic looking day with those temperatures in the lower 80s then. Right now we're sitting in the upper 70s and mid 80s depending on where you are. 77 in Matthews, but 84 in Portsmouth. The dew points are in the mid to upper 60s, so comfortable air in place. And as we go through the remainder of the day, those clouds sticking on in, especially in inland locations, an isolated shower chance in there as well. Now tonight, the skies clear out briefly, temperatures fall into the mid-60s. After some very brief sunshine tomorrow morning, we see the clouds roll on in, thicken up, and eventually bring us some showers and even a few thunderstorms after we get past sunset tomorrow and into early Friday. And some of those could be on the strong to severe side. Here's the outlook for tomorrow from the Storm Prediction Center. Slight risk for pretty much everybody with the exception of our far southern counties in North Carolina. So keep that in mind. Today, 84, partly sunny, unseasonably cool, northeast winds at 5 to 10. And then tonight, 68, mostly cloudy with some great sleeping weather as those lows drop into the 60s. Here's your 7-day forecast. 89 degrees on Thursday. Rain late as probably after we get past sunset. Some of those storms could be on the strong to severe side lasting into Friday. And then I think the rain's out of here by early Saturday, and the weekend looking pretty nice.
Yeah, that's great news.
Friday's not looking good, but I'm not going to complain about that.
No, we'll get it out of the way before the weekend.
Because we're having great weather today.
There you go.
And we're going to have great weather for the next few days. Just have one little day there that's a little hiccup.
Yeah,
but
why not? We need the rain.
Doesn't take much for us.
Not at all. Thanks, Tim.